I think what we're going to read first might be the most controversial. It might be the thing that you are most tempted to argue back about. Starting in verse 1, it says this, "My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you have snared in the words of your mouth, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, then do this, my son, and save yourself. For you have come into the hand of your neighbor. Go, hasten, and plead earnestly with your neighbor. Give your eyes no sleep, and your eyelids no slumber. Save yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the hand of the fowler." Okay, a couple things here. If you'll notice, in this first warning, we see kind of an if-then structure, right? Like we see, this structure of, hey, if this, then that, right? I mean, we saw that. Let me read it to you again. "My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, then do this, and my son, and save yourself, for you have come into the hand of your neighbor." And then he continues. But you see that if and structure. If this is true, then you should do this. And this is a warning from the father to the son. And the father says, "My son that I love, listen, if you've co-signed for somebody's loan, if you've put up security for somebody, if you've guaranteed their debt, you have fallen into a trap. And you should do whatever you have to get out of this." Look at the language that the father uses in this. Listen to the urgency in the father's voice. He says this, listen, "If you've done this, then my son, do this and save yourself, for you've come into the hand of your neighbor. Go hasten and plead earnestly with your neighbor. Give no sleep to your eyes. Don't go to bed tonight." And then in verse 9 he says, "Save yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter." This is not the kind of thing that I would think of in these terms, and yet the father says, if you've co-signed for somebody, you have put yourself in a trap, and you should treat it like there's a hunter chasing you, and you should escape. It is interesting to me, the quietness in the room right now. I do wonder about this. But listen, here's the wisdom from Proverbs. Don't co-sign for people's loans. Don't do it. And it's interesting. It's like, well, Chris, why do you want to talk about this? Like, I don't want to talk about this. This is just what's next in the text. And Chris, why do you have so much energy around this? It's like, I don't. I'm attempting to match the energy in the text. That the energy that the father says to the son, it's like the energy of this is the father grabs the son and is like, listen to me. Don't do this. Because if you do, you put yourself in a trap. You put yourself at the mercy of the debtor. You put yourself at the mercy of this other person's reliability. And the father says, don't do it. This person that a bank who love to give out loans, that the credit card company, the car company who is itching to put you in debt, right? They won't even give him a loan, right? They're like, no, we've looked at it. Listen, we want to give out as many loans as we can give, but I've decided that one is too much of a risk. That's the one you're going to hitch your wagon to. And the father says, don't do it. And if you do, you need to go figure out how to save yourself. Now, I know that this is touchy. And I know this is complicated, but because for those of us in the room that maybe this hits home with, it is not a stranger who has knocked on your door and said, would you co-sign for me? It's likely a family member. It's likely a close friend. It's likely somebody that relationally you don't want to say no to because it makes things difficult. Well, let me be your out. Hey, I would love to, but my pastor said, can't do it. Or better yet, hey, listen, I certainly want to help, but God's word says I don't co-sign for loans. And I'm just following, I'm obeying the scriptures. And listen, if you're sitting here this morning and you feel some kind of way about that, and it's like, you know what, I hear that, but I need to do something, then just write them a check. Just give them the money. And if you can't afford to give them the money, and they have to get a loan for whatever it is, this is a touchy thing to say, but here it is. Maybe they just can't afford it. And maybe they should just do something else. Maybe they should just get a different car. Maybe they should just try to find a different apartment. Maybe, well, you don't understand. I know. But maybe there's something else that can be done. I know this is touchy. I know it's tricky. It's more tricky than the stuff we talked about last week. But I'm just telling you, this is what the scriptures say. When you co-sign for someone, it's like you put yourself in a trap. So don't do it. If you want to help, great, help. Find a different way to help. Hey, I'll help you figure out, I'll sit down with you and we'll figure out the finances and we'll find a car that you can save for, that you can afford. We'll find a place where you can live, and I'll help you figure all that out. I'll write the check for your first month, last month, whatever it is. But look, I'm not co-signing for this. I can't do it. That gets tricky, but I don't know. Take it up with God.